Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mackenzie Art Gallery. My name is Nicole Nugent. I'm the Coordinator of Public Programs and Community Engagement here at the gallery. I'm grateful, extremely grateful for this opportunity to celebrate the launch of Anne Campbell's The Fabric of the Day as part of our Thursday Lates program here at the Mackenzie. It is a fitting pairing. Anne has played an instrumental role in the Mackenzie Art Gallery programming dating back to her position here in public relations and programming, which is not a surprise, back in 1975. So she basically tells me how to do my job. I've had the good fortune of experiencing her thoughtfulness and passion for multidisciplinary engagement with visual arts since 2002 or 3, when we collaborated on our first project, It Begins with the Body. This discussion series, exploring important life questions presented from a variety of faith perspectives, was Anne's brainchild, and I was more than happy to be along for the ride. I recognize that these discussions have the potential to change the way audiences experience and understand the world. It was quite an amazing ride to be on. Anne has taught me how to be brave in asking difficult questions. Those of you who know her know she's the best at that. And the importance of examining an idea from unexpected and varied angles. And she's also shown me that that is where beauty lies, and I'm grateful to you. So now I'd like to introduce our Executive Director and CEO here at the Gallery, Anthony Campbell, who is going to introduce Anne. Thank you.
Thank you, good evening, welcome everyone. I've known Anne for quite some time as well. Our time goes back to Regina Public Library days, and I think you were Director of Community Relations or something like that. So Anne tells me how to do my job as well. Anne is an award-winning Canadian writer, editor, and arts advocate. Her works include 6 collections of poetry and edited works, which include Regina's Secret Spaces, Love and Lore of Local Geography, Bibliophiles, a history of the Regina Public Library, and it's great to see so many RPL colleagues here tonight. And the extensive Dunlop Art Gallery catalogue, Mind the Gap. Other works include anthologized stories, non-fiction and poetry, and musical compositions performed internationally. Canadian Literature magazine writes of Anne, a woman who has survived, one whose spiritual autobiography contains as many epiphanies of beauty and joy as it does of regrets and failures. Her poetry is about relatedness, the special connections the truly serious, truly authentic poet explores between human beings and the natural world in which they live. Anne has supported the arts, cultural heritage, and multicultural relationships through conference presentations, service on public boards, and through readings, residencies, and workshops, and arts advocacy. Her many awards include the City of Regina Writing Award, the Mayor's Heritage Award, the Mayor's Writing Award, as well as local and national writing and community awards. Her archives are located here at the University of Regina Library and Archives. We're really thrilled to have her here at the Mackenzie this evening, so please join me in welcoming Anne Campbell.
I think I still work here. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. One of those moments. It's wonderful to be here tonight with all of you. I think back to 1983 in my first book, No Memory of a Move in the Lodge, where else but the Mackenzie Art Gallery, back then on College Avenue, where I started my first grown-up job. And as I just said, I think I still work here, so that's why I'm able to give advice. I want to say thank you to the Mackenzie tonight, and especially to Nicole for all her support and all the times we've worked together. Thanks to Thistledown for the book, and Doug Barber, my editor, and who made the book possible, and to my dear, dear family who are here tonight. Where's our little river? She's eating the almonds. My children and their spouses, my grandchildren, and my siblings as well, who thought they were going to all arrive and thankfully didn't. You think I give advice? Thanks especially to my good friend and wonderful photographer Don Hall for his exquisite cover photograph, so alive you could walk into it, and to my writing colleague Jerry Hill, former Saskatchewan Poet Laureate, for his kind words on the cover. I don't know where Jerry is. There he is. There he is. The Fabric of Day contains new work and selections from 5 earlier books: No Memory of a Move, Death is an Anxious Mother, Red Earth, Yellow Stone, Angel Wings All Over, and Soul to Touch. Now some of them are sold out, but I want you to know that you can get any book that's ever been published on www.abooks.com. So there, if you're here, anything you want to hear more of. Tonight, instead of reading chronologically, I decided to read thematically, since when I was reading through the books to make choices, the images I shouldn't have, but they surprised me, repeating over and over again the prairie, the sky, and the word time. And in fact, I'll read a line from the introduction so you know the context from whence I come. For me, the prairie is not empty, but filled with the salient, uninterrupted air we breathe, pulling us into the fullness of each moment, one after another. For me, the fabric of day, I keep asking people what they think the fabric of day is. For me, the fabric of day is the very air we breathe, which is time. So now the introduction's done, so you can, someone was telling me this was their first poetry reading, so I'm going to advise you to close your eyes if you want to, and just see what happens, and if you don't get it, that's just fine. Really. I'm going to start with some poems about what we just spoke about from my last book, Soul to Touch. And these first 3 poems took place, or didn't take place, but they were evoked by writers' retreats. And at writers' retreats, those writers here will know we write and we eat a lot, and we walk, either by ourselves or with others. So here we go. The first one is actually Trees Take Account of the Air after St. Peter's Abbey. And I had a special connection with St. Peter's Abbey because one of the monks was my godfather. So we did a lot of walking, but this walk was actually alone on my own. Walking early morning across the monastery yard, air-breathing breeze, ruffling dark poplar trees. Already I've walked our country road, eaten eggs, coddled for breakfast, found a monk who's found a tape recorder, my new song waiting to be sung. Like words as anointing material, works its way into my body. The day barely begun, but alive I hear leaves almost name the feeling on my face. They are trying to say, listen, you are happy. This rustle I take to mean content. Trees do not let you down, or their leaves bend, and daily they shake out their grief, but only the rarest tornado can fell one. Pruned well, they withstand even this. Trees I think of as answers, love in solitary monastery air. And the next poem is actually set at another retreat, and this was in the days when we had St. Michael's. This is called The Grass and Me in the Morning. Walking again, I always start the words walking. Grass, tall by the side of the road, tall by the side of the road that makes its way up the hill where Franciscans live and writers retreat. Inside bodies and roads lead everywhere. But back to the tall green grass beside me as I walk. Do the blades each, as I do, think to themselves, seeing me beside their prairie nest on a hill? Does grass think? Does it not make sense to think? We, the grass speaking for itself, and me, the woman walking, are in love, breathing in and out of one another. This morning, a marriage with the prairie, grass at ease. But it's not all fun and games, is it? This is another walk where the day didn't start nearly as well. Today it isn't walking I do, my companion, her name Grief, wishes only to lie down, not walk the wild hills my way. I look for a sign, a way to arrest her wound, but she closes her eyes, says, I need all your attention, lie down on this grass, imagine your home, take care of me still. And I do, lie on the grass on the side of the hill, forget about time, I may even sleep. A narrative line comes into this poem, can you imagine space in the middle of time? When I open my eyes up to the sky, I think it must be a hawk flying so high, swooping in circles behind clouds, and I follow and follow. Then there are two hawks in the air, swooping and arcing and lifting a skim from my heart, leaving a wound open to air, and tomorrow, two of a kind pat watch as I pass. That's that little section. Now, I want to read about love because being a poet and all. But in fact, I'm going to read two other poems first, and I'm always interested in my own response. As Nicole said, I'm always thinking, well, that's interesting. Well, let me just read the poems and see what you think. It has to do with those moments when we do something foolish and think that we'll never do that again. Queer Cornered Cap. Oh, I have to tell you, this poem is one of the works with Tom Schudel, and it lasts about 25 minutes with that music. It lasts about a quarter of a minute. Queer Cornered Cap. Absolutely not. No more. Not today. I'm finished. That's it. No more acting like a fool. Resolution lasts forever. Well, till noon, or when I see you, whichever happens first. Trouble is, I admit this direction. My inclination towards the fool is one to which I feel quite naturally inclined. I've always had a secret yen to wear a queer cornered cap, flop about in velvet, lie around the floor, mouth witty schisms, kick up my heels. It's gone so far, I imagine, turning upside down, legs hooked over door, cap bells ringing wildly, me swinging back and forth, singing high in the wind. And this is, I always think that this is the companion poem. And my library colleagues would be interested to know that this happened walking back to work at the library one day when I was really, really busy and having to do so many things, and I was really impressed with what I was doing. And I have to say that it's, for some reason, I don't know how it happened, but it seems to have a cowboy dialect, which you may have noticed CBC presenters all have now. They just talk like that, you know. But anyway. Geez, Lord, don't she juggle good. Man, don't she juggle good. Not ordinary like standing on the spot, but moving up and down the block, running in the wind, throwing velvet oranges in the air, little green boxes too, every which way she can. Far as the eye can see, now she's turning her back, walking away, acting real cool. There's no way, man, no way she can catch that stuff. No way she can even see where it'll come down, but oranges is dropping now, dropping everywhere, thick and fast. My God, look, she's turning, running back, quick, she's catching them oranges. Overhand, underhand, loop-de-loop, bending in, out, loose and fast, not stopping, just turning short for a breath. Catching that stuff like crazy all over behind bushes under rock. The whiz she is, a sight for sore eyes, leading in now, heading in now for the last. Boxes coming in slow. She needs time with them shapes, her finale. She's doing good with them boxes. And them boxes, geez, they ain't that easy to catch. Now the love poems. My idea of love poems. It's called Another Love Poem. Again and again, the same rising joy, falling forward, oh, not head over heels, but that's the image, the real image, going out to one another, falling forward on a gold fall day, falling and rolling, wrapped together in leaves through valleys and hills, rolling and holding each other, no, not each other, but the wind. It's the wind. We are being held together in love by the wind. The paces of love. You don't know at first when you see them, angels on the job. One landed here, I'm pretty sure he was old Archangel Gabriel. He didn't mention his name, uses another one for Earth, not to draw attention, though he's very tall. You can tell they've been here by the upside down way you feel. He shook the best of me together, took me through the twists and turns, pace of love. But you can't marry an angel, arch or otherwise. Wings get in the way. And besides, all things end. Though strangely, I found in him myself strangely able to let go. Love from afar. Come to think of it, being an angel is not likely to be lost. Dreaming the actor Walter Matthau. I'm considering getting to know Walter Matthau. My dream last night, it is possible. He's large, unkempt, you could say, though he's trying. Has trimmed his beard, even straightened his nose, and this all happened before I lay with him, startled by the peace of it. He makes me happy, and so I ask him, what might I do for you? He says, your happiness is my pleasure. And then the dream stops. Not like a poem, which would like to be more open-ended. But it's not always easy. You may have noticed. This is called Get It Right. Marriage, I write, looking it up in the dictionary to get it right. I've always had trouble with it, and the word, getting the I in the wrong place, mixing it up with age, making it look like French glue or a kind of malaise. But we persist. Some of you know this story. One of our well-known poets did write very, very depressing poetry, and another poet once said to him, you know, life is like that, so-and-so, but not all the time. This is called Bacon Lover poem. No, it's not. It's called Bacon Lover Prayer for the Jesuits. You are gone. Oh, yes, we may unite again, but there's emptiness coming into this house. In the evening, your absence is strong, but this morning, Sunday, when we might have been making love, I'm eating reheated bacon on thin, crisp toast, reading a review of a book that contains my migraine melody, that strange land of color. But it's the bacon I feel. How truly good this sandwich. Taste rising as it does in this moment, moving through me and above everything, this pleasure, deserving its own small praise. Okay. I thought of this poem as I was quite touched recently. I thought this poem is sort of a living thing, but someone asked me if they could use it for a funeral card, and so I rethought the poem. My heart holds still. The right thing to do if you love, and I do, is to let go. The right thing to do if you love, send him on his way, wish him well, set him free. I've done all of this, even said the words out loud. It's my heart won't let go. Beyond any sense, my heart holds him still. So, I don't know why, but I've spent a lot of time in my life thinking about time, and I'm going to read two poems about time, and then we'll get right on to the home stretch. This is my very favorite poem. Time comes to houses on Sundays. Going out of my house to work, but wanting to stay home, wanting a respite, no, something more smooth, something silent, an interval, an interim, other nation, long enough for the moon to circle a month of Sundays and gold light to shine through blinds, touching the hardwood floor. A month of Sundays, enough time for a pattern of habit to form around the lake, walking back to the warm fragrance of dinner in the fall. Night comes early. A month of Sundays and time gentles down urges, take it easy. She mutes the day, calls attention to herself. Time reminds beyond the world she is there, the fabric of day. Now, I want you to know that I'm going to show you that what I just said is true, because this is how you'll know. Another time. My lover, who is a scientist and only knows the truth, tells me time is a female, a mother holding us all in her emanation to heaven. That's how you know it's true. So what I'm going to read now are just a few poems that sort of stop us in this crazy, crazy world we live. The gift of sort of being stopped from time to time in a moment of grace. So there are a few poems that I'm going to read that have to do with that. Time and being. Here alone, there being nothing else to be, I am here alone, reading and reading negation. Heidegger, being German, has on his own hit upon what Buddhists, not to mention farmers in their fields, call detachment. That fortunate space one may be given, not knowing answers or even questions, that moment alone when warm air strikes your face. That's the warm air created by the earth going round and round, nowhere, but nonetheless turning in earnest, turning and asking, has someone removed the rail I was meant to ride upon? The earth turning and turning until one thing after another, all things wear out. Once in a while, seeing an opportunity, the earth shifts, just for a moment, and stepping back, everything falls. Cells lie quiet. All we know is at rest, and in this empty, Heidegger calls negation, all springs forth. Cindy McKenzie, some of you know Cindy McKenzie, is an international Emily Dickinson expert. Not expert, what would you call her? Scholar. And she sometimes asks people to events that have to do with just I thought it was Andrea. Anyway, this was a poem that was in response to a request from Cindy, Falling into the Sky, after Emily Dickinson. Saying yes to a poem about Emily, writing her back, or simply responding, the invitation said, simply respond. And Emily is slipping out of her house to her porch at dusk, coupling with the tender night air. In love she glows, can't keep it straight, doesn't even try. She mixes her words with birds and God, the air we all breathe. And my grandson Thomas says, the world is turning, everything moving so fast a person could fall into the sky. Emily too is falling in love with the sting of a star screaming past. Afraid, she writes, every particle of the world touching her skin, and the sky this cold winter, Emily's words, soft as stones set down on a summer cloth, slip into my heart. Undivided she writes, the birds of the sky, the stars, she writes the very air together. The body is God's position. Nighttime and my body waits for day, and small garden worms reach up from earth to hot, hot sun, and trees overhang my garden. Watching from my kitchen window, inside and out, my flesh alive to this least, God's position. This poem came out of Banff with the musicians, the viola player. Later I would see she was unusually tall, her nature a weather warning bleak. For a change I faced this, stared her ill manners down, spoke about my affection for the viola, an instrument she played. Why, she asked, and when I said I resonated to the sound, she asked again why. And I turned the question, asked the same of her. It sounds awful, she said, played badly, but played well, it's necessary to the orchestra. No one picks it out as something special, but if it's missing, you know it's gone. It links all the other instruments, like its partner, the bassoon. It's not spectacular, but it's necessary for connection. I thought that was very wise. So I think we're going to have some fun with a few poems and wind down. I'm sort of editing this so we can spend a bit more time. I'll read an individual poem to anyone who asks. Awkward Angel Blessings. This was written after one of my friends, Noella, and I had some silliness going on. Awkward angel blessings. It works this way. The awkward ones, their great angel wings sweeping move grace. Like sand in the air, it sticks to your teeth, lodges on your lips. You find it crusted in hollows coating your skin. Glaze of thin white icing on a cake, so sweet. They know not what they do, these angels, bumping into one another, trying to be graceful, like the ones who bring messages, trumpet the Lord. Awkward angels leave havoc in their wake, fly over wounds, anything that's open. They're always joking, turning cartwheels, jostling they scatter, one another's hearts full of grace. But it isn't just angels that do magic. This came out of Tim Lilburn and Mary D. McKaylee at a writer's retreat. Late at night, we were in the kitchen at St. Peter's, silently dancing on the chairs. Okay. This is a tiny little 2 or 3 word poem. That came out of the mouth of a monk who happened, the same monk that was my uncle at St. Peter's. He really was the sweetest, sweetest man. He was completely open to all. It's called The Monk. There's something so good about holy men. Oh, I don't mean those who see visions, but the ones who know everything is on a par. Like the one who said, for constipation, eat popcorn. For God, look everywhere. It's almost a direct quote. Tim Long made a tiny little appearance and picked up a book and then was off to Toronto to launch his own book. And I actually read this poem to him just at the table because it was, we're just finishing now. This is going to be the 3rd last poem. I edited so we can have more time to talk. Purchase books. The Rembrandt Lecture after Tim Long. It's Rembrandt we're meant to know, the path he took, the way he painted stately burghers in his town, until irritated, the whole lot of them, his hubris or theirs, it matters not. In the end, he was left alone to paint, only himself over and over again, until he brought flesh and bone, his own existence, Rembrandt, real. This is called Genie Swimming. The day is not so hot as expected, still Jeannie comes to swim, and the clouds move, you might say dissolve into clear blue sky. Sky becomes the air we breathe, no longer visible, like those of us whose years ache us back into each moment born. And this is the last public poem. Driving home yesterday, somewhere I've been reading a quote of mine about people who think the prairie and the drive to Calgary is boring. I think it's the richest thing you could get. I just love it. It's just so uninterrupted with the salience of air. Driving home yesterday, stunned by the prairie yesterday, green and shining grasses bending, arched beneath sky, blue scented so fresh, and this barely begins to draw the surround that loosed my heart, stilled my mind driving home. Another funeral, my old aunts dying one by one. I couldn't write this. But today, a seminar, I picked up a pen for distraction and prairie fell into place. My mother alive in my memory of summer, wheat fading to gold, bruised ripe, consent of fall, autumn smoke, the wonder of it, an actual place, a real location my body calls home. Thank you.
I feel so lucky to have been able to hear all of those beautiful poems, and thank you so much. We celebrate with you. We celebrate with you. There are still some books to buy, so please pick up a book, but stay for some great conversation and some treats, and thank you all very much for coming.